Filipino workers have been migrating to countries far and wide since 1565, finding employment in dockyards, sugarcane and pineapple plantations, and construction sites. In the 1970s, then President Marcos saw labor migration as an opportunity to utilize surplus labor in the Philippines. Thus, he institutionalized a policy encouraging Filipinos to seek employment abroad as means of stimulating the economy. This marked the onset of the flourishing of overseas employment, making Philippines a major source of labor migrants of many countries across the globe. In response to the burgeoning number of migrant workers, the government has created laws to protect the Filipino workers. Various agencies has also been created to protect the OFWs, one of which is the Welfare and Training Fund for Overseas Workers, created through various presidential decrees, letter of instruction, and executive orders, and was later on renamed as Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. The Overseas Workers Welfare Administration has constantly provided unrelenting service and care to overseas Filipino workers and their families. It has continuously lived up to its mandate of promoting the welfare and protecting the interest of our migrant workers through the creation of various programs and services geared towards the protection of OFWs and development of the families left behind. On its 35th year, let us look back on Owwa's journey to becoming the foremost agency mandated to protect the migrant workers and their families. Owwa's first administrator was the late Salvador P. Bigay. During his term, death gratuity for OCWs, ex gratia assistance to seafarers, and educational loan for Filipino seamen were introduced. Owwa also provided assistance in the repatriation of workers out of Green Zone in Lebanon and the first case of stranded seafarers from Malta. The Hatid Saya project was also launched, and it toured to several countries to bring cheer to migrant workers. In 1984, Arturo E. Cruz took office. During his term, the Credit and Loan Assistance for OCWs, Re-Entry Program for Overseas Contract Workers through Entrepreneurship Mediation, and Task Force for OFW Family Circles were introduced. It was also during his administration when the Skills for Employment Scholarship Program was born, which up to now is still providing training assistance to OFWs and their families who wish to take up technical vocational courses. Administrator Jose Pepe Sarmiento took over the agency in 1986. During his term, WellFund was renamed Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. The Center for Family Assistance and Services was launched. Filipino workers' social centers were also established in Singapore, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Hong Kong, Riyadh, Bahrain, Baghdad, Rome, Madrid, Jeddah, Al-Kubar, Kuwait, Muscat. Owwa also opened its regional welfare offices. The first batch of welfare officers were also dispatched in Middle East, Europe, and Asia. His term was also marked by the repatriation of 28,000 OFWs from Iraq and Kuwait. The next administrator to run the agency is Atanasio Marunilla. During his term, the voluntary membership program was instituted. Owwa also facilitated the Gulf War claims of affected OFWs from Kuwait and Iraq. Administrator David Corpin served Owwa from 1993 to 1995. Under his administration, the Medicare Field Services Office and Housing Program for OFWs were implemented. The sixth administrator of Owwa is Wilhelm D. Soriano, whose term saw the creation of the Philippine Friendship Games, summer program for musically inclined dependents of OFWs, insurance coverage program for OCWs, Rehabilitation Program for Mentally and Physically Handicapped OFWs, and Migrant Workers Loan Guarantee Fund. The yearly Pamaskong Handog for OFWs was also born during his term, which brought Christmas cheer to vacationing workers. Eleuterio Gardiner served as administrator from 1998 to 2001. The Congressional Migrant Workers Scholarship Program and the Loan Guarantee Program for OFWs were introduced after then-President Ramos signed the RA 8042 strengthening the role of Owwa in the protection of migrants. Under his administration, the Livelihood Development Program for OFWs, Re-Entry Loan for Displaced Workers, and Himig Awit sa Buhay ng OFWs were also launched. In 2001, Wilhelm D. Soriano once again served Owwa as administrator and implemented the General Financial Assistance Program and Group Assistance Loan under LDPO. The next administrator to lead Owwa was Virgilio R. Angelo. The Owwa Kalinga 2003 Seafarers Upgrading Program and Education for Development Scholarship Program were instituted. The Owwa Self-Insurance Coverage Program was also upgraded during his time. The highlight of his term is the Owwa Omnibus Policies that promulgated and codified the policies, rules, and regulations to provide guidelines on Owwa membership and its coverage, collection of contribution, and availment of benefits. In 2004, Marianito D. Roque, the pioneering Owwa officer who witnessed the agency's growth, became the administrator of Owwa. He immediately implemented the new Owwa staffing pattern, along with new programs and services like the 24/7 Operations Center, Tuloy Aral Project, Owwa Microsoft Tulay, Mariners Dugtong Aral Program, the Maritime Educational Development Loan Program, and Owwa-ish Program. The Blas Oplet building in Intramuros, Manila was also inaugurated. Owwa also facilitated the mass repatriation of OFWs from Saudi jails, recovery of 2 OFW hostages in Iraq, and the safety at sea of seafarers near Somalia. Another administrator Rocky brainchild was the highly acclaimed Model OFW Family of the Year Awards. In 2008, Owwa had its first female administrator in the person of Carmelita S. Dimzon. New package of programs and services has been introduced, like the Calamity Loan Program, Filipino Expatriate Livelihood Support Program, OFW Dependent Scholarship Program, Owwa Legal Assistance Fund, Education and Livelihood Assistance Program, Health Pro, Rehab Pro, and Balik Pinas Balik Hanap Buhay Program, and Cash for Work Assistance Program. The agency also responded to the needs of the victims of typhoons and earthquakes through provision of cash assistance to affected families. Owwa also facilitated the mass repatriation of OFWs from war-stricken countries of Libya and Syria, and also extended relief assistance program to displaced workers. During her term, Owwa received its ISO 9001-2008 certification from the Certification International Philippines. The next administrator to run Owwa is Rebecca J. Calzado, who served from 2014 to 2016. Under her term, Financial Relief Assistance Program was extended to repatriated OFWs from Libya who were displaced due to political crisis. The 2 billion OFW reintegration program was enhanced and renamed OFW Enterprise Development and Loan Program. Owwa also forged Memorandum of Agreement with PhilHealth for the implementation of MedPlus. Owwa also facilitated the repatriation of stranded OFWs in Saudi Arabia who were affected by financial reverses suffered by their companies. Owwa also extended relief assistance program to the displaced workers. It was also during her term when the RA 10801 or Owwa Act was signed by then President Noynoy Aquino, which strengthens the role of Owwa as the lead national government agency mandated to promote the welfare of OFWs and their dependents. At present, Owwa is headed by Administrator Hans Leo J. Kakdak. In the short span of time that he's with the agency, he has already initiated various programs and services that respond to the needs and demands of our clients, like financial subsidy for Marine Deck and Engine officers who shall take up management level courses, Memorandum of Agreement with DOJ and DSWD on child protection, Memorandum of Agreement with Land Bank of the Philippines on e-payment of Owwa membership, and the cash relief assistance for victims of Super Typhoon Lawin.
Hello, I'm Noel Ngade, an EDSP scholar. I graduated cum laude with a degree, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering at St. Louis University in Baguio City. Now, I am working with the same school as a faculty member. And to Owwa, thank you for giving me a scholarship. This scholarship has motivated me to study very hard as I can, until I have graduated. So once again, to Owwa, thank you and more power.
Ako po si Carlos Asuncion, isang engineer, nagtrabaho sa Saudi Arabia at kasalukuyan ako ang municipal mayor ng Santa Catarina, Ilocos. Ako po ang national mafia winner noong 2012 land-based category. Dataon na pagkatapos ito kong natanggap yung mga award ko, nagtabi ako ng certain amount para may bigay ko bilang tulong sa mga nasalanta ng kalamidad, at saka yung naiwang pera mula doon sa aking parang gantimpala ay yan ang pinag-maintain ko sa mga scholars ko, personal scholars namin ng misis ko, that is outside ng scholarship program ng munisipyo, at yan naman ay natutulungan ko rin mga nangangailangan na hindi ko na kinukuha sa pundo ng munisipyo.
Ako si Elisa Acena, taga Santa Maria, Ilocos Sur, at presidente ng Ilocos Sur OFW Federation. Nagpapasalamat ako sa Owwa dahil sa mga programang tumutulong sa pamilyang OFW, tulad ng scholarship, livelihood, at social benefits. Dahil sa aming organisasyon, nakikilala namin ang mga iba't ibang OFW families sa probinsya.
Ako po si Carla Revilla Bedario, OFW from Riyadh, Buraida, Alcacif.
Ako po si Jomar Beradio po, asawa po ng OFW, na ngayon ay nandito na sa tulong po ng Owwa. Nagpapasalamat po kami ng taus-puso sa tulong po ng Owwa.
Ako pala si Flor de Lisa Ligas Concon, 45, galing Oman. Napunta ako sa Pulo Owwa. Sila yung tumulong sa akin para makauwi. Sila din yung tumulong na mag-rescue. Nagpapasalamat talaga ako sa Owwa. Sana dadami pa matulungan nyo at nang ipagpatuloy nyo yung magandang advokasya na tumulong at makatulong
Truly,
pa.
Owwa has unceasingly provided dedicated service to OFWs and their families for the last 34 years. But the accomplishment of its goals and the success of this organization is because of the dedication and vision of its people. The men and women of Owwa have, through the years, showed selfless and committed service to the agency, especially in times of need. The effective and timely delivery of Owwa's programs and services emanate from the hard work of its personnel. Owwa is composed of the Board of Trustees as the policy-making body and the Secretariat as its implementing arm. To date, Owwa has 17 regional welfare offices in the country and 31 overseas posts across the globe. It has 400 regular personnel who cater to almost 7 million member OFWs. Its workforce may seem small considering the huge number of its clients, but it does not hinder employees from extending their unwavering service, especially in times of dire need, during mass repatriations, during calamities, during emergency situations. Owwa personnel have proven their commitment in providing timely, responsive, and quality service and interventions 24/7. With the enactment of Republic Act 10801 or the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Act, Owwa is declared a national government agency under the Department of Labor and Employment, vested with functions of developing and implementing welfare programs and services that respond to the needs of its clients. It concretizes and strengthens the agency's role of advancing the rights and according full protection to OFWs and their families. As Owwa enters its 35th year, OFWs and their families are assured of better services and improved package of programs that truly cater and respond to their needs. Its commitment and burning desire of helping OFWs and their families won't cease, as Owwa vowed to serve and to care anytime, anywhere.